Aloha once again, friends and family. Let's pick up where we left off yesterday. Qualifying your thoughts. This is something that we've been doing our whole lives, and we have not been aware of the power that is involved in qualifying your thoughts. And to simplify this, it's really just agreeing or disagreeing. And we have all kinds of statements that we say to ourselves that we don't really mean, but we just sort of say it. But by saying it, by thinking it and then saying it, because if you're saying it, you're definitely qualifying it. If you only think it, you're still qualifying it if you allow it to remain. But if you catch it, then you can disqualify it. And this may not seem very important, but I'm absolutely sure that it is. So let's think of a common statement that we might say. Well, an example, yesterday in a chat somewhere, someone said, everything is an illusion. Americans hate the truth, but love the lies. All right. That seems to be so. But if we qualify that, it's definitely going to be so. So that means we've come into agreement with the statement that Americans love lies and hate truth. Now, the person that made that statement doesn't want to believe that. You can tell by his statement that that's not what he wants to believe, but he's succumbed to that belief. And in that succumbing to those beliefs, we then utter these things that we really don't mean, and we're qualifying them. So he empowered himself to believe lies and hate truth. That's why Jesus said, bring every thought captive. What he's meaning by captive is catch it. This will become natural eventually, and you won't have to, it won't be so mental. But until you get proficient, it's going to be mental. But you want to make sure that every single thought, and definitely word coming out of your mouth, that you know that you've qualified it or disqualified it. So you never want to say what you don't want. You never want to think what you don't want. You never want to focus and put attention on what you don't want. That's why, one of the beginning steps in this whole process is coming out of judgment, coming out of being judgmental, because you're qualifying what you don't want. When you're judging something or someone, you're putting attention on what you don't want. And that's going to manifest because everything that we think is already working itself into manifestation. So, what is a good method then to qualify our thoughts and our words? Make sure that every thought and every word agrees with the cosmic law of love. That's the simplest way to do it. So did that person's statement, everything is an illusion and Americans hate truth and love the lies, does that statement line up with the cosmic law of love? Nope, it doesn't. Okay, it's disqualified. I shall not think it. I shall not speak it. What is that thing with the monkeys? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. See, that's a great image of us when we are in a higher state of consciousness where we are actively qualifying and disqualifying our thoughts and words because we know that they create our reality. And we're certainly not, trying to create what we don't want. That's why the media is so toxic, because it constantly places before your mind the negative, the brutal, the unjust, the unloving, all the things we don't want. All the things we don't want. And then we sit there and listen to some NPC talking head ramble on. And they call that news. And they tell you you're being informed. No, you're not being informed. You're being disempowered. Especially if you don't have the self-discipline to qualify or disqualify your own thoughts. See, if you can't even get a hold of your own mind, you're not going to get a hold of cosmic power. Because to whom much is given, much is required. So if you want to wield true power, you want to manifest powerfully, you're going to have to be trustworthy with such power. And how are you trustworthy with such power? You have not even brought your own mind into subjection. And body. You know, the body is just as wayward as the mind. But again, the body's only doing what the mind is directing it to do. And since we have qualified so many beliefs and thoughts that are contrary to cosmic law, it's perfectly natural that one in such a condition would manifest all the wrong things. Be it sickness, disease, loneliness, depression, just overall bad feelings. See, if you struggle with feeling bad a lot, I used to struggle with depression, so I know this like the back of my hand. If you struggle with feeling bad and depression, see, depression is non-existent. It is simply a word and a term that you qualify. And see, once you qualify it, you're agreeing with it. So you're saying, I agree that depression is a real thing. And then anytime you're thinking or speaking, I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I don't want to say it no more, so I don't want to qualify it. But whenever you're thinking and saying that, you're qualifying that which you do not want, and then it manifests, and then you feel like shit, and you say, man, I don't like to feel like shit. Yeah, but you just qualified your own feeling like shit. You just empowered it. You just agreed with it. And you had to push the cosmic law aside in order to do that. Because if you were standing as the I am, God within us all, you would have immediately said, whoa, wait a second. I am not depressed because God is not depressed. I do not feel like shit because God does not feel like shit. I do not feel like I'm getting sick because God does not get sick. I am not feeling lonely because God does not get lonely. See, and when you stand on the cosmic law and you qualify only those things which align to and agree with that, your days of depression are numbered. Your days of feeling like crap are numbered. Your days of being disempowered are numbered. Your days of not being able to manifest that which you want in your world are numbered. Your days of arguing with people that could care less about the cosmic law are numbered because you realize you are wasting your valuable life force currency if you're arguing with those types of people that could care less. The same types of people that crucified Jesus for speaking the truth. How dare someone speak the truth? They were that threatened, which shows you they were also that rooted and locked into qualifying all the wrong things, all the things that were in opposition to cosmic law, so that when cosmic law began to shine bright and illuminate in their presence, they all cowered and wanted to run to the dark corners and hide themselves from such truth. Because they were very, as I've said, they were very comfortable in hell. They were stealing resources from the people. In the name of God, you bring your 10% into the storehouse and give it to God. And then they take it and buy another gold ring so that they can walk in front of you and appear to be some glorified being that knows everything about God, and you know nothing because you're not an authority. See, there's another word, an idea that you qualify or not. How many people are you giving authority to? Because you come into agreement with people out there have authority, but you don't. So you must submit to their authority. And you qualify that by believing that. And then you may, speak that even. Not realizing that you are the authority in your world. The I am presence of God within each of us is the authority in our co-created world. If we will qualify that. So this is a wonderful practice that should be taken up by every person that is seeking to ascend. That is seeking to rise out of the lower astral plane. Every single thing in your world happens or does not happen based on your beliefs, or better yet, knowings, and every word that proceedeth from the mouth of God, which you qualify. Because if you're speaking it, you're qualifying it. You're agreeing with it. You believe it. And if you don't believe it, why would you speak it? If you don't know it, why would you say it? So our words, our thoughts created words, and those words entangled us in, again, the effects. The cause is the thought. The words are the manifestation, or we could say pre-manifestation, and then the final manifestation out there in the 3D world, which by then they're effects. And we've become tangled in effects, not realizing, like I said yesterday, they all had their cause in mind. But today we go a slight step further, realizing that those thoughts and those words are qualified or disqualified by us, the conscious I Am presence, that knows intuitively what the cosmic law is, and knows intuitively if what we are thinking and about to say should be qualified or disqualified. Now it's up to you. Are you going to be obedient to the inner voice of knowing that would advise you? I would not say anything that I did not want to co-create. I would not think about anything that I do not wish to co-create. Because the minute you think it, and especially the second that you qualify it, it is beginning to manifest. And some things take longer than others. And it will show up in your reality. And you will either be extremely pleased or quite confused. Most people seem to be pretty confused. Okay, we know why now. We know exactly why. It has everything to do with this right here. Discipline, dedication, qualifying and disqualifying your thoughts and words. I just wanted to add that on to yesterday's talk, just to go a little bit further, a little bit more clarity. Hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all moving into ascension, because, man, it's fun. It's beautiful. It's fun. It makes you wake up in the morning with purpose. It causes you to go to bed at night with perfection, because you know that your entire day has been guided by the great I Am presence of God within us all. and that we have an unshakable, unmovable connection to Source that is going to manifest powerfully and wonderfully through you, through your life. And absolutely nothing can stop that. Except our own mind, if we let it. And of course, we're not letting it. That's what ascension, you're not going to ascend until you got mastery over your own mind, mastery over your own flesh, mastery over your tongue. Jesus did say that the tongue is sharper than any two-edged sword. It makes perfect sense now. Because everything coming off that tongue is manifesting into reality. So make sure you are careful with your sword, because you can cut yourself. And we leave you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator, my beautiful friends and family.